for our listeners, Hank Gathers, 6'7", 6'8", probably at that time one of the most dominating college players in the game. Hank could shoot the 15-foot jumper, but his forte was he was a beast on them boards, man. And you know, Bo, I was watching the game, and I remember after I think it was inbounds or it was a free throw, but I remember him stumbling across the court and he just fell. And I mean, that shocked so many people who's got at you guys' home court. What was going through your mind when you saw that? Now that you mentioned that he had passed out a little bit before, a couple of games before, he gets back out on the court, the doctors clear him, and it ended up him having an enlarged heart. But when that happened, what was running through your mind? Because that's your friend laying on the ground, and then what was going through the team's mind?
Yeah, so people that knew Hank, particularly our team, Hank was like the strongest man in the world, like just personality wise, physique wise. I mean, Hank was a beast, as you said, like very tough in the paint. And I love sharing this story to just put it in perspective coming out of Philadelphia. So remember, we felt that even if we're playing against people that's bigger, faster, and better, we feel that we're still going to beat you. We're still going to outplay you, but more importantly, we're going to hold our own. Against the best Hank Gathers on the court story I could share with people. We know how dominant Shaquille O'Neal turned out to be in the NBA. But a younger Shaquille and a younger Hank Gathers, we played them at LSU. Shaq had Stanley Roberts, both 7-footers, going, and Hank Gathers 6'6", going up against those two. Hank got the first 7 shots blocked against those two. He walked off the court in overtime with 48 points and 18 rebounds
on those
against
two players.
Shaq and Stanley Roberts. So to put it in perspective, every NBA team was there to see that game because they wanted to see if Hank could play against, older, stronger players in the NBA. Well, that put that doubt to bed. And I love sharing that story because it just tells you when you say beast, it just lets you know the level of determination and drive that Hank had, knowing that everybody's there to see him play, that we're not going to quit until the end, to the game time. So when Hank fell the first time, that was the first time being aware of any kind of heart situation at all. And in hindsight, when I look at the second time that he fell, I wish that I knew that they had a defibrillator on the team because I'm now a CPR instructor. Mm-hmm. And I didn't even know we had a defibrillator. So it's a perfect example of, in a panic, stressful situation, we had 2 doctors there. We had our trainer there. We had our coach there. People who knew, at least 3 or 4 of them, knew that there was a defibrillator, but no one, just in a panic situation, we should have got the defibrillator and revived him instead of like just doing everything but getting the defibrillator. Yeah. But everybody loved Hank. Our team loved Hank. Hank was our spiritual leader. We were both captains of the team. And I was always the quiet leader, lead by example. Hank was our, spiritual rah-rah leader. And when Hank passed on, we decided to go, our whole team decided that we're going to play in honor of Hank. And I tried to tell the team, as the captain, like, look, we love Hank, whether we win 1 game in this tournament. Let's put our focus on not that, because we love him whether we win or lose. Coop and RT, that went in one ear and out the other, because when that ball went up, man, everybody was playing for the love of Hank. And I really thought that we were going to be able to win the entire tournament, even without Hank, because of the level of success we had, when he fainted the first time. But I can tell you, Coop, we had a stronger sense of purpose, our entire team through the tournament. I felt like all throughout the tournament, I felt like I had the energy and the strength of 2 people. I was jumping higher, running faster, but I know our team felt the same way. But we loved Hank, and he inspired us to play, but we inspired the nation. And one of the most humbling things 31 years later is people still remember Hank Gathers. They still remember that fun run and gun, shoot every 4 seconds type of offense. And they still remember the left-hand free throw. And
that's what I was going to say, bro. Your tribute to him was every time you shot your first free throw, you shot it left-handed, and you were making them.
Yeah, and I can tell you, Coop, every time I see I've seen it over 200 times or so, and every time I see it now, I can remember exactly how I felt at that moment. And it was all about the free throw shooting. Hank was so bad as a free throw shooter that he switched from his right hand to his left hand.
That
And
was his
even though,
weak link. He couldn't shoot free throws.
yeah. So as someone that played with him for 11 years, I admired that he put the effort in, and to a point senior year, he's shooting with the opposite hand. He felt more comfortable, got a little bit better. So for me personally, instead of doing what some of our teammates did, writing his name on the sneakers and things like that, I said, I'm gonna shoot the first free throw left-handed. From the moment I got fouled in all three of the tournament games, the only thing I was thinking about was Hank Gathers, love you, man, miss you, man. It was almost, Coop, like I blocked the entire stadium and I'm literally by myself. It's just me and Hank. That's how I felt. I remember that moment. And for me personally, I made sure I let everybody know, hey man, look, I'm right-handed. This is the honor hand. You know, it wasn't really about making the shot. I mean, I like to make it, but it wasn't going to change the spirit of what I was, the reason I was shooting the free throw. It's like, I love you, man. I miss you, man, and the tribute. But then, like you said, Coop, God working in mysterious ways, and Hank, I'm sure probably helped the spirit-wise, helped make the shot go in. I was 3 for 3 in the tournament.